This is Dr. Curl, and now we're going to talk about namespaces. So to put 4 scope levels. Okay, hopefully this is a review. So what's a local, something inside of a block? You might also think of a class scope level. So members are bound to a specific class or struct. Then there's the global scope where everything's, well, global. And now we're going to talk about the namespace scope and talk about it today. So it's a way that you can organize code into logical units, a lot like an organization divvies up itself into different departments or branches. The larger the project, the more important namespaces are needed. So let's talk syntax. So the syntax, we have the namespace keyword, and then we're going to have we choose our identifier. It's to start and end it. And then here we'll put something like constants, maybe even variables, or even methods. And then to use the namespace, to use it, we would do something like namespace identifier scope resolution operator, and then, for example, a member name or the constant, or something along those lines. Let's look at an example. Here we have some code. We have a namespace, and I've chosen the name sloppy. We have a constant pi, 3.1. And here we have another namespace, precise, and it went a little overkill. Actually, it's a little bit more than actually the double can handle, but it's all good. So here we have the main. What do we do in main? We're calling sloppy pi. So this is this namespace. Notice it highlighted for us. And then we are using the pi variable from this namespace. And we have precise here so that we're saying, hey, I want that pi one. And that's all we're really doing. So let's see what happens. Let's build it. It's a little bit small, but you notice the 3.1 prints out from sloppy, and then precise by default only prints out 5 digits of precision. We get 3.14159, and it truncates the rest. But here, that's just a simple example to illustrate that point. Notice that we didn't have to, it didn't require an instantiation. For example, if we were going to have a class, we would have needed to instantiate an object and then use that object for it. Here we can just say, hey, this is the namespace, so that we can use 2 different variables, both, well, constants, named pi here. So when to use it? You know you need to use it if you're having the same name, but you need them in different namespaces. Let's go to a different project. Hello World, classic Hello World. And let me make it bigger. Okay, here we have a wonderfully short program. We include I/O streams, and then we just call main. We say, hey, we want to print out Hello World. Now let's build it, and it's building. Oh shoot! Error. Cout undeclared identifier. Oh, it's undefined. What's going on? We have not defined it here. And so we need to define it. Now we have two options. We could say, hey, it's actually, by the way, it's in the standard namespace. Let me spell it out and give the standard namespace identifier and then the scope resolution operator. And you'll notice here Visual Studio is helping us out. Oh, hey, well, you said standard namespace. Let me just tell you what's in the standard namespace. Look at this list. We hit A, B's. This is a long, long list of things that are in the standard namespace. Now you can see why you would want to avoid colliding with these names. You probably don't have all of them memorized. If you do, that's a little weird. So now, oh, red squiggles went away. Okay, it says standard namespace OStream object, and we get that from the IOStream. And then it's standard cout. Okay, great. It's a special variable that's in that namespace. Oh, we're good. Oh, shoot. What's going on with endl? Well, it turns out endl is also in the standard namespace. So now, build it. Build it. They will come. It's working. Woohoo! It succeeded. Just to prove it, let's start with debugging. And now some of you will be thinking, oh, Dr. Carroll, but I like just to do namespace, using namespace, using the keyword, namespace is a keyword, and then we specify it and we put a semicolon at the end. So what does that do? It says, hey, I'm going to introduce that into a global scope so that I don't have to name everything standard. So now we can get rid of these because they are specified for us. Just to prove it, because in case you didn't know that Hello World's going to work, yay, it built, started, it runs. Woohoo! Okay, it works. Right. Value, and it's going to take an integer, and there'll be a lot more stuff, and then it's going to close. And so when we include those, it's if you're going to use the namespace standard, then you can get access to this, but you have to specify it so that you don't have collisions. The analogy I like here is Tom of Wellington. Back when I was growing up, there wasn't nearly as many people, and we referred to people by their township. And so it'd be Tom of Wellington. Now, when Tom is in Wellington, or in his namespace, you don't specify that, oh, who's there? Oh, it's Tom of Wellington. Well, if you're in Wellington, you don't say that. That's a little weird. You just say it's Tom, because everyone knows, oh, it's in that namespace, that township, Wellington. But when Tom travels outside of Wellington, then he's going to need to specify, well, Tom, well, which Tom? I know lots of Toms. There's the local Tom, or, oh, hey, you're the Wellington Tom? Okay. And when outside of the namespace, it needs to use the full resolution. So you could think of Wellington as being a namespace identifier here. You should be careful with using namespace so that you're not polluting an environment. A general rule of thumb is in the implementation in a CPP file, it's probably fine to have to use it. If it's local, you can even have it local. You can put it inside the curly brackets, or you could do it global. Alternatively, you can also do something like using standard absolute value, or what you'll probably use more of is using standard cout. And then that way, every time you type cout, you can save those 5 precious keystrokes by not having to write standard scope resolution operator. You should avoid using namespace, a standard, or really anything in header files, because anybody that includes that header file then is bound to include that namespace, and then there's much greater chance of having collision of names. You got to think big picture here as you're developing software. Well, that's Namespaces. I hope you enjoyed it.